Hi, so it's the winter now, and I made a fall knitting plans video, and I feel like I should just reflect on how those knitting plans went. And I also want to talk about the patterns because when I'm going to start a pattern, I do like to Google. I do like to Google and see if anyone else has knit it to see what they have to say. And so let me take you back through my fall knitting plans, and I will tell you also what I actually knit. So the first thing on my fall knitting plans was the Franky sweater by Sandnes Garn. It's the one on the model on the cover here, and I had completed it except for the sleeves at the start of fall, and I was like, I gotta finish these sleeves. Listen, I did finish it. I did wear it. I think I wore it in a video. Here's a picture of me wearing it, and I did end up liking it. I did like the sweater. I don't think the pink is for me. I am gonna wear it. I do like it. I think I just need to get used to pink. But my issue, I think, on reflection on the Franky sweater is that I measured my body and I knit the recommended size. So tell me why it's this huge oversized sweater on this model. I've started to realize that I have a gripe. I have a gripe with the knitting community. Like, you're selling me a pattern based on a picture, right? This picture of this woman. This is a very thin woman in a very oversized sweater, and she looks great. And I love the fit of this sweater, and I wanted to make this sweater. So how come mine is like a fitted sweater? And I think it's because this woman is a size extra small, and she's wearing a pattern size large. I think you need to tell me that. I think if you are advertising a pattern, you need to say model pattern size small is wearing a large. That way I know if I'm going to go make the medium, I need to make a double XL. And I know if you haven't put that size in the pattern, I don't need to buy that pattern because I want the fit that I want. And I wonder if this is just a lesson that every knitter has to learn, like, because on Ravelry you can go look at the patterns, you can go look at people's bodies and they will say what size they made, so you can compare and see what size you need to make. But like, if the model isn't wearing the recommended size in the advertisement you are trying to sell me a product with, you should put it on the picture, like model is wearing a size large. I don't understand. Anyway, I did finish the Franky sweater. Just check that off the list. My second in that video was also another, I just need to finish the sleeve. It was the Cascading Kittens sweater that I made in a child size 8. And my worry was that it was just going to be way too thick, and it is. It's a ridiculously thick sweater. If I were to do color work for a child again, I think I would do like just a single merino strand and not like the big thick. I think that was wool of the Andes. Is that what that was? But I did finish that sweater, so check it off the list. The next thing on that list was the Nordic Bloom cardigan. I made the cardigan, not the vest, and I made that. I made a video, I think, on this channel where I just showed the steeking process. It was a steeked cardigan, which I didn't know at the time of me making my fall knitting plans video, and it turned out great. I really like it. I've worn it a bunch of times. I used the Barocca yarn in it, and it was really soft and really nice to work with. And I also made a second child size cardigan from my leftover yarn. It was really nice. I really liked that yarn. I would use it again. So, okay, the next thing I hadn't started yet at the time of filming the video, but I said I had those balls of Cardiff cashmere and I wanted to make a Sophie hood. And once I opened up the pattern for the Sophie hood, I realized I did not have nearly enough yarn. And I was also worried about seaming. I don't know if I could make that look smooth. And I didn't want to waste my Cardiff cashmere. So I just made a Sophie scarf. And I've been wearing it all the time. It's really soft. It's really warm. I think I've worn it in a video. Here's a picture of me wearing it. It's really nice. I really like it. I used all 3 balls. So like, it's not a really short Sophie scarf, but I really like it. I've been wearing it a lot. Big fan of it. And that one was to celebrate my 300,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I was really excited to have it and wear it. And it's really nice. The next thing I said I was going to make was Lord of the Rings mittens, which I didn't. I said any mittens, which I didn't. I haven't made mittens yet. Next, I wanted to make the Christmas sweater 2024 by Sandnes Garn. Here it is. I already have the yarn for it. And I had hoped that the Cascading Kittens cardigan would encourage me to do color work, but like that was bad. It was too thick. It didn't look good. The floats were too long. And so I didn't make it. I don't want to waste the yarn. I want to make that sweater and I want it to be good. So I think I'm going to make it next year. I think I'm going to set a little note in my calendar to make that Christmas sweater, like to start it on my birthday, which is early October. And I think I'll do it next year. And then I will have it. It will be good. And I will just have a Christmas sweater to wear every Christmas. It'll be great. I have this bag of yarn that's like just Christmas colored. Oh no. I have like my leftovers from my Hungry Caterpillar sweater and in a nice classic white. And these are mostly sock yarns. And then like, I have this. I think I got it at Joann's. It's Big Twist Winter. It's acrylic. And I mean, I'm not going to make anything with this besides like Christmas decorations. And so early in November, I dug up all this yarn and I was like, I'm going to make a garland, like trees and wreaths and little stockings. And I didn't do that. And it's mid-December. There's no way that that's happening now. So I think also in the summer, in like July when it's really hot and I don't want to knit, I'm going to knit like little Christmas trees. That way by the time it's December, I can assemble a garland. I think that'll work out. What's next? Oh, but no, I did not do the Christmas sweater. Maybe next time. Oh, and then I listed 2 cardigans in my list. The Reluctant Homeschool cardigan and cardigan number 9 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. And I do want to make a cardigan. I didn't make one. I don't know if I want to make My Favorite Things Knitwear. It's not on Ravelry. You have to go to her site and buy the pattern. And like, I'm happy to buy the pattern. But like, I like how when you buy it on Ravelry, it's all stored together, And I don't know if I want to get a second location going. So I don't think I'm going to knit any of their patterns. But I didn't knit a cardigan besides the Nordic Blvd cardigan. So I'm not going to worry about that. I will put one on my winter list, I guess. Okay. Oh, okay. The last thing on my list was the Dino Time sweater. And I still like that pattern a lot. But the child I was going to make it for has moved to a uniform school, so they can't wear stuff like that. So I didn't want to make it anymore because they would never get to wear it. So yeah, maybe for a different kid one day. So I feel like that's pretty good. That's a pretty good record of what I knit versus what I didn't knit. I had some dreams and I achieved those dreams, but I also knitted other things, which I would like to talk about. So first, I had this yarn from Arcane Fiberworks called Hocus Pocus. This is the colorway. And I think this is really ugly. So I made a toddler hat, I made some toddler socks, and I made this bow. And I think, first of all, in what world does this say Hocus Pocus? Like, what about this is Hocus Pocus? This doesn't look like Hocus Pocus. It's just pinks and blues. Like, Hocus Pocus evokes witch, evokes green, evokes purple. I mean, to be fair, there are green and purple in here, but like, what do you call this? Dyed yarn? I mean, all yarn is dyed. Well, not all yarn is dyed. Lots of yarn is dyed. And often you will see yarn that's dyed like this. And to me, it just feels muddy. Like, it's not my style to wear this. And I always buy these like skeins of yarn because I go to a yarn store and I don't want to leave without buying something. I want to support local businesses, but like, they often don't have like the big yarn brands where I'm trusted and I want to buy a whole sweater quantities worth, like $200 worth of yarn. So I'll buy like these skeins, just a single skein. And like, what do you do with this? I don't think it looks pretty. Like, if you like it, I don't want to insult you. Like, I would not wear this color in like a sweater, And you can always make socks, but like I would also rather wear like an oatmeal sock with lace. Maybe I'm just boring. I I feel like I have to stop buying these. I have to stop going to local yarn stores and being like, oh, I guess I'll get this. Like what? I don't know what to do with these. And so I do have a bunch of these. I have a bunch of these single skeins that are all these like dyed like this, and you don't know how it's going to come out when you knit it up. And I have to stop buying it. I forced myself to knit these two skeins into things, and I ended up with this bow, which doesn't look good. I don't like it. And I don't like the color. I didn't like the socks. I didn't like the hat. I don't like this style of yarn. I have to stop buying it. Maybe I should get rid of the skeins I have too. Like I could eBay them or something, but like, yeah. I, I don't know what else to say. What about this is hocus pocus? That's my question. Okay, I mean, it is soft. So after that, after 2 weeks in October of me trying to figure out whatever I can make from Hocus Pocus, the yarn from Arcane Fiberworks, I decided to make a sweater. And I wanted to make a Christmas gift for my partner who is a man. So, like, I made a giant sweater. He's like 6'4", he's very tall. I made a very big sweater. I'm going to put my mic down so I can show you. Oh, it's the Hanstholm sweater by PetiteKnit. It's just like a basic raglan. I knit it in pure Gint acorn, and it was like 18 balls. It's a very heavy sweater, and if he doesn't like it, I think I will wear it as just like a nice oversized sweater. One thing about this sweater, I learned a stretchy cast on, so like the neck is like really stretchy, which all my other sweaters I have to like pull them over my neck. And so I was really excited to use that on all future sweaters. I also did the Italian like sewn bind off where you double knit for 2 rows, and I think this looks really nice. I really focused on the raglan increases, making sure I was doing my make one right and make one left's correct, because most of the time I'm like, it's fine, no one can tell. And I really like this. I think this looks really nice. It's like a really nice sweater, and I'm excited to give it as a gift. And I also sewed in this little tag. It says handmade by Angela Collier. I thought that was really cute. so that did take, that was the most time I've ever spent on a garment. It took all of November, probably, like, I don't know, like 6 weeks maybe. And I ran out of yarn, and I had to order more Pure Gint acorn. And it wasn't the same dye lot, but you can't tell. So that was really exciting that you can't tell. So another gift knit I made was a Sophie shawl. I used the Sandnes Garn cost that I had left over from my pink Franky sweater, and it's for a child, and so I made a matching Sophie scarf for that child's American Girl doll, and I thought it was really cute. It was a really cute gift because like now they match. So I like that. I'm really excited about that. So I finished that giant gift sweater, and then I made another gift, and that's, I think, no, I made one more gift, but I wanted to make a sweater for me, and I wanted to make a sweater that was nice and oversized because my Franky sweater was just like a regular size sweater. So I made this. This is the EUN sweater by NovemberKnits. Again, I did the stretchy bind off. It's got these cute, oh, it's better over here, isn't it? It's got these raglan increases that I really liked, but it's got the open seam on the side. So a really long ribbing. And the long ribbing matches the sleeve. And I really liked this. I spent a lot of time looking at the people who had done like projects in Ravelry, and I picked a bigger size than I would have. I did the medium size sleeves, but I did a bigger body, and I also just kind of did to a length that I wanted. But I'm really, really happy with this. This is knit in Knitting for Olive merino, heavy merino, and Knitting for Olive soft silk mohair in the color rust. And it's really nice. It's a really cozy big sweater. I really like it. I'm really happy with it. I feel like this is what I wanted my Franky sweater to be. And yeah. Is this the best thing I've ever knit? Like, I feel like it looks just really smooth and really good, right? And just, this is a video of me being like, look how good this thing I made is. I made this, I made it, and it's really good. So I really like it. This was by a Japanese designer, and there wasn't anything I was unfamiliar with, but I really want to do more Japanese designs because I saw Japanese short rows on a pattern and I was like, wait, what is that? I don't know what that is. What is that? So I would like to investigate that. If you have any recommendations, please let me know. But this is a great pattern. I really liked it. It did ask me to do the same Italian bind off, but I'm not doing that for myself. I'll do that on a gift. I'm not doing that for my own sweater. I just bound it off, especially because it's so big. It doesn't really matter. I don't need a loose bind off. It's fine. I really like this. I feel like even looking in the camera, it looks really nice. It looks really good. Okay. The last thing I knit is my last gift knit. And I feel like for all of these gift knits, I just did PetiteKnit because it's so basic. It's just so basic and easy. And like, it's not like this where I would have to see how high someone wants the thing and like, do they like the open neck? And like PetiteKnit just makes a basic ass sweater. And so I made a toddler sweater. Get ready. It's so sweet. I've started putting like, this is, I have the little tags with my name on them, but this was like, I just put like some extra cashmere in here so you know which is the back. But this is so sweet. It's so soft. This is Knitting for Olive Merino, held single in Thundercloud. And I just think this is just such a beautiful, basic sweater. It's not too thick. So like, I don't know, can you see my hand through it? It's going to be a great layering piece. This is not what I intended to make. Okay, so I knew I wanted to make the Monday sweater in the size 2T. And it goes 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. So I was going to make the size 1 to 2. And I got, first of all, this whole sweater is just 1.5 balls. So it's like 70 grams. Is that right? Yeah, 75 grams, maybe 80. It's crazy. So I got, the pattern calls for a thicker weight yarn than just the merino. So I wanted to get a mohair to go with it to make it soft because this baby has eczema. And so I was like, okay, don't want to do acrylic. We'll do a natural fiber. This 100% merino wool. It's going to be nice and soft and wonderful. And then I was like, oh, I'll just pair it with a soft silk mohair. And I bought this. This is Knitting for Olive purple artichoke. Artichoke purple. Look at how beautiful it is. And I thought it would look really cute together. And I started knitting it up and it didn't. Well, it looked cool. I think I don't understand color theory. I think if I was going to do 2 colors like this, the merino should have been in purple artichoke and the mohair should have been the darker color. Because when you put them together, the white like core of the mohair really stands out and makes it look like marled and weird. I will put up a picture. I started knitting with this combo to make like the neck all the way through, and it made a really nice fabric. It was really soft. It wasn't the colors I wanted, but I thought it looked fine. But as I was knitting, I was like, wait a second. I am making this sweater with mohair for a baby with eczema. Like, am I just hoping he gets little flakes of mohair in his skin? Like, what? And it was really soft, and I was like, I don't have any issue with like itchy fibers. Like, I can wear scratchy wool, it's fine. And so I was like, oh, maybe it's fine. And I knit like probably down to like I had started the increases and I had done the shaping in the back, and I was like, no, I gotta stop. So I frogged it. I ripped the mohair out, and like, I've never done that before. That sucks. And I thought about holding this double, but that would make a really thick sweater. So instead, I held it single. I went down a needle size so that this fabric wasn't too loose, and I knit the next size up in the pattern. So I ended up with the 1 to 2T size, but it's just like a lighter weight fabric. And I wish this was purple artichoke. I mean, it feels kind of boring to give a baby just a gray sweater, but this was the wool I had. And I do think while this sweater is lighter than it would be with mohair, it's not going to be a great winter sweater. It'll be a really nice layering sweater. Like, you know how babies aren't allowed to wear coats in the car? Like, throw this on top of a long sleeve, take off their big coat, you know, or like they're going to grandma's and grandma's house is 94 degrees. Like, they can just wear this little sweater instead of a big sweater. It's fine. It'll be good for like a summer night. I don't know, maybe I'm convincing myself that this is a good sweater. Like, it is weird to give someone such a light sweater in the winter, but I do think it's very cute. I think it's really nice. And I'm going to make another one of these. I got some Drops Fiesta to make a 10-year-old version of this, and I also want to make this for myself in the same, like, single strand, like just like a nice light sweater. So that there you go. That's the start. That's the start of my winter plans. But the thing about this sweater is that I finally used Ravelry as you are intended. I made a project and I left notes to myself and I took pictures and I knit this project and it is in Ravelry. And then I made a little queue in Ravelry for what I'm going to knit next. So, I mean, I can just post a picture. I'm going to knit the Monday sweater in Drops Fiesta. I'm going to knit the poppy scarf. Do you see this? I bought the recommended yarn in the pattern and I'm going to knit this scarf. It's a colorwork scarf, but it's knit in the round, which I think would be really interesting. So you're making like a really long tube. I was so curious. I bought the pattern already. It's like a really long tube and you just knit a big circle. I wonder how it wears. Like, can you tell it's a tube when you're wearing it? I'm going to make those socks by Ozetta. They recommend Falliope, and I have some. This is scratchy wool. I have 3 balls of it. I don't know what else to do with it, and socks seem like they would be really nice. Like just some nice boot socks, like really tall boot socks. That's in my queue. And of course, a cardigan. I think it's called the Traveler's Garden by Ozetta. I asked for this yarn for Christmas. I will be knitting it in Cascade 220. I don't remember what color I asked for. I think gray. I think like a blackish gray. I want like a nice basic cardigan. And this one is knit flat, but you knit the button band at the same time. And that just really excites me because I'm bad at knitting button bands. Yeah, so those are all my plans. So cardigan, socks, another Monday sweater, and then maybe a Monday sweater for me. Well, another Monday sweater for a kid, and then maybe a Monday sweater for me. And that's my winter plans so far. And then I have the plan to make a Christmas sweater in October of next year. But anyway, I do want to show what I am working on right now because I'm very excited. So I'm making the Kitten Catch Mittens by... What's her name? Knits by Florence. She does a lot of YouTube tutorials. Her step-by-step sweater, I think, is like everybody's first project ever because it has a really nice YouTube video. And I followed that one and I really liked it. But she has mittens. And I thought for my first mittens, it would just be really nice to follow a pattern that like is easy and simple. And so I'm making her Kitten Catch Mittens. And I chose these 2 colors specifically. This is Knit Picks palette in Celestial and Mist. I chose these colors because of the porcelain sweater. I'm sure you've seen it. I want to knit that, but I just don't feel like it would look good on me. I don't feel like I would look good in white. So I was like, oh, I'll just knit that in the porcelain colors and it will look really pretty. And unfortunately, I have chosen UK blue. This doesn't look like porcelain. This looks like UK basketball. And I mean, I support UK basketball. I went to UK. It's fine. A rough year to be supporting UK basketball, but it's fine. But it does make me a little sad that it's not the colors that I wanted. The yarn though is fine. It's Knit Picks palettes. It's pretty cheap because I've never made a mitten before. I didn't want to like get some extravagant yarn and then mess it up. So I really like the pattern so far. She taught me how to do the Latvian braid, and now I'm doing it's focused back on me, the braid, and now I'm doing the ribbing. And then I think it's just a color work chart to do the mittens and stuff, the cats and stuff. So yeah, this is my current work in progress, but I feel like I had a really great knitting situation for the fall. I made a lot of gifts that I wasn't expecting, and this sweater is so good. I really like it. Okay,